Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back for the third video of the day, UFC 188 review. Yes, it is a couple of days late. The event happened this past Saturday on June 13th of 2015. But I'm doing the review now, and let's get this started, alright? So we're just going to worry about the two main event matches of this pay-per-view. And it was the Eddie Alvarez and Gilbert Melendez in the lightweight division, and the unification of the interim championship and the current heavyweight championship belts between Fabio Werdum and Cain Velasquez. Alright, so we'll do the co-main event first. Eddie Alvarez defeated Gilbert Melendez. In my personal opinion, I saw this fight and I really believe that this was a fucking joke. This was a popularity contest or something. I don't know, but I don't know what the hell they were watching. But I saw the stats that were being shown on the event while the event was going on. They showed that, Gilbert Melendez had a lot of center control of this fight than Eddie Alvarez did. Eddie Alvarez did great in the third round, but the first two, I don't know what the fuck they were watching, but Eddie Alvarez didn't win the first or second round. Either one of them. Gilbert Melendez was kicking his ass in the first two rounds. And then in the third, Eddie Alvarez seemed like he was starting to pick it up. So in my personal opinion, if I was scoring that card, which one of the judges did score it to Melendez, was 29-28 Melendez. But there was two other judges that were sleeping through the first two rounds and then just decided, oh, I'll wake up for the third one and catch Eddie Alvarez making Gilbert Melendez bleed half to death. I don't know where the fuck they were thinking that this was okay to give the damn fight to freaking Eddie Alvarez and say he was the guy that won the fight when clearly Gilbert Melendez made his eyes swell up. His fucking nose was broken. I mean, the guy was beaten to hell and back for two freaking straight rounds, and then in the third round, Eddie Alvarez was starting to pick it up. If this fight would have went to 5 rounds, yeah, I think maybe Eddie Alvarez might have won the fight by a judge's scorecard. But for 3 rounds, he did not win that fight at all. He had 1 round. That was the third. That's it. Melendez was doing great. He was kicking his ass. He was hitting him with jabs, hooks, you name it. Good boxing techniques on Melendez. I was very impressed, but the wrong guy won in that fight. I don't know where the hell they thought Eddie Alvarez won that fight, but they need to have a rematch and definitely do that quick, because that was a load of bullshit. The next match was Cain Velasquez, the main event for the UFC Heavyweight Championship unification match. Werdum beat Velasquez. I was shocked by this. Reason why is Velasquez has been a very dominant champion in the heavyweight division. He's been tearing it up with every opponent he's faced since defeating Junior Dos Santos the second time they faced each other. And he's been on a roll. And he got injured a couple of months back when they were originally supposed to fight. That's why Werdum became the interim champion, facing Mark Hunt, and Mark Hunt got his ass kicked. Werdum is a very impressive fighter. I saw a lot of good skills in that fight. He boxed him very well. He also did a lot of good jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai fighting. So he was very good in this match. Personally, I think that Werdum might have Velasquez's number, but the only way to tell is if Velasquez gets a rematch with Werdum, and they have it in the next 6 or 7 months or so, to see if maybe this was just a fluke. Not saying that Werdum won by a fluke, but because Velasquez wasn't really prepared for this fight on account of the fact that he didn't fight for almost 2 years. So, I mean, not fighting for 2 years will have a toll on you, and you might be off your game and a bit rusty. So that might have been the case, or Werdum is just a better fighter technique-wise, and that's it. Werdum won by submission. The reason why I say that Werdum might have Cain Velasquez's number is because Cain Velasquez tried to fight standing up, and he was getting his ass kicked, so he went to a different approach. He decided to take the fight to the ground. Couldn't get him to the ground, and I know for a fact Werdum is a very good fighter on his back, but I did not expect him to be able to put, or, anticipate that he would actually put Velasquez in a guillotine hold when Velasquez tried to take Werdum to the ground, and he just locked that in, and that was it. Third round, goodbye, done. Guillotine, submission, finish. Very impressive fight by Werdum. I think he is going to make an outstanding UFC heavyweight champion. I really wonder how long he's going to hold that belt, and how many title defenses he's going to be able to make before someone knocks him off of the mountain. But in the UFC heavyweight division. Hold on one second. I almost sneezed there. Sorry, guys. Now I sneeze. Anyway, so yeah, very good fight. Very good technique on Werdum. Velasquez just was not in it. He looked pretty good in the first few minutes of the first round, and then after that, Werdum just was pounding him with jabs to the face, bloodying him up all over his face. He was fucked up. He had black and blue marks all over his face, near his eyes. He was fucked up to shit. So, Werdum had an impressive victory. Very well done fighting. He went in there, had a good game plan, and fought with good technique and skills. And I have to give it up to Werdum. I was very impressed by him. And I can't wait to see him defend the UFC Heavyweight Championship whenever that might be in the next upcoming months. But anyway, I do appreciate you guys taking the time looking at this video and viewing it. Hope you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button and leave your comments and opinions below, and let me know what you guys thought of the co-main event and main event fights. I think that Eddie Alvarez and Gilbert Melendez was a ripoff. I didn't think Eddie Alvarez won. And again, to recap with you guys, that UFC title fight was very impressive by Werdum. Great fight between those two, and Werdum hands down won that fight. Anyway, again, thank you for watching. Have a great night, guys. Bye.